Okay, hi everyone. This is the second episode of Engine Podcast, and today our guest Alexandra will talk a little bit about her story and engine. So, Alexandra, can you introduce yourself and tell about you?
Hello, my name is Alexandra. I'm really grateful for asking me to share my story. I'm 19 years old, and now I'm studying in the university in Kyiv National Economic University. I study international business, and actually, I decided to take part in this program because one of my group mates just suggested me to participate. So how I um, that's how I learned about engine.
Okay, nice. And what do you usually do when you have some free time?
Um, I really like music. I graduated from musical school, so when I have some free time, I like to sing, listening to some songs. I also play piano and a little bit of guitar. Um, yes, that's it. And actually, any this usual activities like watching some series, take a walk with my friends, and so on.
Okay, all right. So, tell me more. How did you study English? How did you start your journey in learning the language?
It was at school. Like every like everyone now, we study English at school, and when I was in the high school, I fell in love with English because my teacher she was really nice, and she knew how to make our lessons interesting, not only following the textbook and do some exercises. She always prepared something interesting, and then I started to take some additional lessons. Um, and now I study in English, more like business English at the university.
Okay, so like your teacher inspired you to learn English, or like you just felt it?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, that's very nice. And did you use any resources like besides school and tutor, just like by yourself?
Um, yeah, I'm trying to read English books and to watch something, like series in original, and about any additional sources. Maybe some Telegram channels with any interesting activities relating to English related.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, when I was learning English, I also started with watching series and reading. Do you remember like the first film or series that you watched in English or like the subtitles?
Actually, I don't remember. I didn't watch like a lot. Maybe the last was I remember the last. It was Stranger Things, the first season.
Yeah, I love it. I like it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you decided to join Engine and tell me how it was. Did you like, how did you apply? How was this process?
First of all, I filled up a form, um, and then the engine team connected me via email, and I took an interview, and then they connected me with my volunteer. The process took like a couple of weeks. It was in January, I guess.
Okay, Okay, yeah, well, that's good. I mean, usually it might take a little bit longer, but 2 weeks, it's nice. Okay, so can you tell me more about your interview? How was it?
Actually, it wasn't really good. I I spoke bad. I was really nervous, and I didn't know how to connect the two words, and they estimated me as a beginner. And then when I started to talk with my volunteer, she said, "Oh, I thought you would be a beginner, but you're not."
That's okay. That happens sometimes. People get nervous. That's fine. Okay, so your volunteer, tell me about her or him.
It's a really inspiring story for me. My volunteer is a girl from small town in Kyrgyzstan, but
Oh,
now she's studying in college in San Francisco, I guess. Like really, it's a really long way to go from this small town to a big university to big college abroad, and yeah, it's really inspiring. She is a really nice girl, and we became friends. I think we can just spoke for an hour, and just don't notice how time passed.
all right, that's very good. So tell me, like, how is it working with a non-native speaker? Because a lot of our volunteers, they're not native speakers, but a lot of students, they actually want to speak with students from US or UK. So how was it for you?
I think maybe it was easier in some way because she doesn't have this local accent, and she speaks really clear, and I can understand every word that she's saying. But at the same time, she's really fluent in English. She can speak without any difficulties. Um, and yeah, it was really good. It is.
Okay. And what do you usually do during your sessions? Do you just speak about your life or do you do some exercises?
We tried to do some exercises at first, but it just didn't work for us. So we can just chat for an hour. We can just talk about what happened the previous week, or we can watch some videos, some TED talks, some interviews, and then discuss it. Note some new interesting words and phrases, or we can make it a homework to watch a film, to note something interesting, and then to discuss.
Okay, that's very interesting. That's good. Okay, so going back to learning English, can you tell me what was the most difficult for you in learning the language?
I think listening and grammar were two over, and they are two parts that are difficult for me, especially when you need to implement the correct grammar into your speech. So you need to focus on words, and you need to also focus on grammar, and it's hard to to follow all of these aspects. It's difficult, and listening also was a tricky thing for me. But I think during this 5 months of me participating in engine program, I became much more confident about my listening skills.
Okay. And as for the speaking and listening, How do you work with your volunteer in terms of getting a feedback? So she tells you when you make some mistakes or you discuss it, or how do you track your progress?
Yeah, she just can correct my mistakes when I make one. And she also tries to offer like more variants how to say this or that word. She provides me with some synonyms and with some phrases that are often used by native speakers, so that way I can like enlarge my vocabulary and track this like progress, this fluency.
Okay. And tell me more about your goals for the future. You said you study international business, so I think you practice your English a lot and you need it for the future. So, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I do. I would really love to get my master's degree somewhere in Great Britain or in the USA or any English speaking country. Um, so I think that being fluent in English is just an essential thing for me. And also, as I study in international business, um, I know that I will be working with people all around the world. So it's just essential for me to know it.
All right. And do you think engine helps you with reaching your goals?
Yeah, it really does. Like you get this speaking practice, and you can speak with people from other countries. Like it's speaking practice and cross culture experience, and you learn how to speak with people all around the world, um, how to understand their mentality, um, I don't know, difference between cultures and all this stuff. What else? Yeah, and you just practice your English. Like that's the main thing that you do.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And one last thing, can you please give an advice for our future students as a student yourself? And you mentioned that you were nervous during your interview. So just what would you advise to our future students?
I want to say that people shouldn't be nervous. Like, of course, I can't calm down all the students that that are going to participate, but you should remember that you are doing this for you only, and no one will like grade you. No one will put a mark on your skills. You just you just do this interview, share your interests. It's not like about your level, it's more about your interest and about identifying with which person you will be the match. And yeah, just relax and be yourself.
All right. Well, I absolutely agree with you because interview its main goal is to match you with the right person, and we just want to get to know you better. That's it. Well, yeah. So thank you so much, Alexandra. It was the second episode of Engine Talk podcast, and see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.